at 10, Marshall County is a hot spot for COVID-19, and one medical center says they tested nearly 900 people.
The more people we can test, the better off our county's going to be.
Hear from officials who say they won't be slowing down testing anytime soon. Also, the Alabama Bureau of Pardons and Paroles wants to remind victims they play a major role in operations.
It's important for us to make sure that the victims of crime and their families know that they can still participate in the parole hearings that are coming up.
We explain changes that will be implemented during victim testimony due to the COVID-19 pandemic. And after a windy day across North Alabama, meteorologist Christina Edwards says to bundle up as temperatures take a big dip this weekend. WHNT News 19 at 10 starts right now.
You're watching North Alabama's news leader. WHNT News 19 at 10 starts now.
Thank you for joining us for WHNT News 19 at 10. I'm Kelley Smith. Marshall County is a hotspot for COVID-19 in North Alabama with 279 confirmed cases and 5 deaths. Just over 1,600 people have been tested. WHNT News 19's Madison Neal talked with health officials who say they won't be slowing down testing anytime soon.
Medical professionals with the United Doctors Family Medical Center in Marshall County says their COVID-19 drive-through test site has tested nearly 900 people.
The more people we can test, the better off our county's going to be.
Nurse practitioner Ashley Lackey says their clinic has seen several people test positive who were not showing symptoms.
A good bit of our positives, they're afebrile. They don't have any fever at all. Some no symptoms, but definitely a lot of them with no fever.
Which is why they believe testing as many people as possible is crucial to slowing the spread.
The number of positives going up in our county, the only way that we feel like we can contain this and get it to go down is to find where those carriers are, to find where those positives are.
Clinic manager Brooke Ashley says they're seeing a large number of positive cases in poultry industry workers.
They're working in close relation to one another, and they're side by side, and when one gets it, it goes on down the line.
Lackey says people who come to get tested are often hesitant of the test itself. She says that shouldn't hold people back.
And I've had the test myself. It's not that bad. It's nothing more than basically a flu swab.
They say Marshall County has plenty of testing materials for the time being and encourages anyone who's been exposed to get tested even if they don't have symptoms. In Marshall County, Madison Neal, WHNT News 19.
The clinic manager says United Doctors tests Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. at their drive-through site on Highway 431 in Boaz. And let's go ahead and get a check of the forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards. Christina.
Kelley, it was so windy earlier this afternoon. Many of us noticed that we had some wind gusts that got all the way up into the upper 30s, low 40s. Montesano registered a 41-mile-per-hour wind gust earlier this afternoon. Huntsville officially 38. Same thing with Meridianville, Decatur, Albertville. You got all the way up to 37 degrees. A few people noticed that there are a couple of signs knocked down from the winds, and of course a lot of people seeing a lot of those effects from the winds, but those are starting to die down now. That wind advisory has expired as of 6 minutes ago, but we still see those wind gusts around 20 to 25 miles per hour. You're going to hear it throughout the course of the evening into your Sunday morning. It'll still be blowing. You'll hear it out there, but at least it won't be up in the 30s and 40s. Right now we have cooled into the upper 50s, low 60s, but overnight into tomorrow it'll be even cooler than what we're experiencing now. That's because this low is pulling in some rather chilly air by late April standards. And when I say we're waking up in the 40s, I absolutely mean it. In fact, we're talking about mid 40s for your Sunday morning, low 40s for Monday. These are your morning lows forecasts, and what goes down must come up. I'll show you how warm it's going to get for the week ahead. That's coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Christina. And today symbolizes the end of National Crime Victims' Rights Weeks. And for the Alabama Bureau of Pardons and Paroles, crime victims are extremely valuable as it pertains to inmate release. Pardons and Paroles is preparing to resume hearings in the coming weeks. WHNT News 19 investigative reporter Dallas Parker explains changes that will be implemented during victim testimony in light of the COVID-19 pandemic.
The Alabama Bureau of Pardons and Paroles is honoring National Crime Victims' Rights Week by reminding victims they play a major role in operations.
We'll tend to look at the needs of and the rights of the offenders, and sometimes we forget about the victims of the crime, and they're out there, and they are still hurting years after these crimes are committed.
Terry Abbott, Pardons and Paroles spokesperson, says Alabama law requires victims have the opportunity to contribute. The Bureau says though parole hearings are on hold due to the COVID-19 pandemic, when things resume in a few weeks, the board will need crime victim testimony.
It's important for us to make sure that the victims of crime and their families know that they can still participate in the parole hearings that are coming up.
Parole hearings have been suspended until May 19th. Before the pandemic, victims would give in-person testimony during parole hearings. But when hearings resume next month, the board will temporarily change the way victims participate.
We're setting up these hearings and giving victims a way to write in, to phone in, to do several different ways, email, to provide us with information on these cases.
Abbott says he isn't sure how long the victims will be asked to use these alternative methods, but emphasizes their perspective can help the board make a more sound decision.
The board members want to know how this crime affected them. Do they think that this inmate is ready to be released? Are they going to be fearful if this inmate is released out into their community?
The Bureau says its primary concern is public safety once an inmate is paroled. Victims have the right to feel safe in the communities where they work and live. Dallas Parker, WHNT News 19.
The Bureau of Pardons and Paroles has postponed more than 100 hearings due to this pandemic. This weekend is your last chance for a few weeks to drop off your recycling at the Albertville Boaz Recycling Center. Bins will be outside all weekend, but come Monday morning, they'll be taken inside. It is closing on Monday in order to comply with Governor Kay Ivey's request to stay at home as the number of positive COVID-19 cases goes up. The center has remained open since so many items recycled are turned into paper products, which are at a premium right now. But now that the numbers have gone up dramatically in the area, they're more concerned.
We're having to handle the fresh material that's coming in the door every day. And even though that we're trying to protect ourselves with gloves and everything, it still holds on the material for several days. So we felt like we should do our part in trying to be safe and promote the safety of our citizens.
The center will be closed until May 11th. Entrances will be closed at 7 Monday morning, so drop off your items before then and grab some extra bags so you can keep recycling while it is closed.
Freedom over fear. Freedom over fear.
A few dozen protesters gathered along Dexter Avenue in Montgomery with signs demanding that the state reopened. Several say that they're business owners who have been out of work since the stay-at-home order was put in place. This is the second rally we've seen at the Capitol this week.
We are deemed essential, but when your business is with other businesses that are being shut down, it's like I'm unessential.
I think Governor Kay Ivey, she made a wise, sound decision. I usually don't agree with her on a lot of things, but I'm glad that she did that.
The governor's stay-at-home order remains in effect until April 30th.